Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray edition of The Magnificent Seven. Okay, The Magnificent Seven is here on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by Shout Factory as part of their Shout Select line. The slipcover edition can be found at your local and online retailers. Now, when I first saw the film, I would say in my late teens when I first watched it, and I didn't really know it then, but the caliber of actors that were in this film is something that, looking back at it now, is pretty outstanding. Of course, I was very unfamiliar with a lot of their bodies of work, but I have more than made up for it since then. Westerns as a genre is still one of my favorites. I go to this one quite a bit every few years. It's in my, I would say, top 10 of all-time Western films. But when you compare it to the movie that it's based on, Seven Samurai, I still have to tip my hat to that film. But The Magnificent Seven definitely stands out on its own. I even think that the modern remake has a couple of moments that are really good, but for me, the real standout in this particular film is the legendary score from Elmer Bernstein. It's rousing, it's upbeat, it's got a little bit of inspirational aspects to it, and it's certainly something you can listen to on its own. The Magnificent Seven is a great timeless classic with epic landscapes, a fantastic cast, and of course, the score. This is one I highly recommend if you've never checked it out. Alright, we're going to talk about the picture quality and the audio in just a moment, but first, let's do a quick unboxing. Okay, we have the 4K Ultra HD slipcover of The Magnificent Seven from the Shout Select line. I'm very happy they decided to include a slipcover for this. I think the film is a classic, deserves it. As far as artwork goes, I like it. I think it works. And then we have the back. That's fine. And there's no reversible, so it's just what we get here. And then some artwork on the discs. Yeah, I think very solid looking 4K from the Shout Select line. Now let's talk about the picture quality and the audio. The Magnificent 7 on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has a 2:3:5:1 aspect ratio with native 4K resolution and graded with both HDR10 and Dolby Vision. For purposes of this review, I will be discussing the Dolby Vision encode. Now, grain structure is nicely intact, it looks cinematic, and it's somewhat medium in density. Occasional moments here and there, it can look a little bit on the heavier side, but otherwise it's very consistent. This 4K disc is the product of a new restoration from 2022. As a result, the overall image is essentially free from most major imperfections. For films of this age, I typically keep my expectations in check, but I was hard-pressed to find anything egregious. Speaking of keeping expectations in check, let's talk about the Dolby Vision. This is definitely not a melt your eyeballs kind of grading, nor should it be. This is an old-school, dusty Western and not the most visually colorful film. So in that aspect, I consider the Dolby Vision pass a mild one at best. Aside from Calvera's red shirt, the film relies mostly on earth tones, and it does look more refined on this new 4K. Skin tones are generally on point, and whites are very stable. During the scene where the villagers are dancing in their white outfits, I didn't notice any signs of blooming. Black levels are satisfying, most notably in darker interiors that have good shadow depth. Night scenes are generally day for night in how they were shot, so you don't get the deep inkiness as you would in more modern films. The 4K resolution is really where the benefits lie, as added definition is readily visible. Facial features, set pieces, landscapes all look wonderful and more refined. There is an occasional soft shot here and there, but those instances are few. The Magnificent 7 on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray supports a DTS mono, a 2.0 stereo, and a 5.1 audio mix. Now for my viewing, I opted to go old school and watched it with the mono track, and I have to say I was actually pretty impressed with the results. I found the overall presentation good, definitely elevated by Elmer Bernstein's score. The track was exceptionally clean with no audio source related issues, dialogue, on-screen action, and of course the score were well balanced and complementary to one another. I went back and listened to about 20 minutes with the 5.1 and it was fine. There didn't appear to be much rear activity other than the score, but up front it sounded okay. For me though, the original mono better represented the film as a whole. While I wouldn't call myself a die-hard purist, in this case the mono was the way to go. For the picture quality, I'm going to give the Magnificent 7 on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray a solid A. The restoration efforts clearly paid off on this 4K transfer. The film enjoys a nice clarity, cinematic film grain, and an overall clean presentation. Arguably, this is the best the film has looked on a home format. For the audio mix, I'm going to score this one a B. Choice is certainly a good thing for the listener. While I myself prefer the mono-track, the other two options are notable in their own right. For film fans, your audio experience will be a good one. So that is my review of the Magnificent 7 on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. If you're interested in picking up a copy for yourself, I will leave an Amazon link in the comments section. If you use it, it really helps out the channel. But if you have the disc already, let me know your thoughts down below. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.